Hi, I am Joey Lorraine, dancer and astrologer and a Pilates instructor. Let me get this right. There we go. Who would love to give you guys some insight on weight and fat loss in relation to the new moon, full moon cycle, since I do see life through the lens of astrology. So the last new moon, full moon cycle was in Taurus. The new moon fell in its best favorite sign of Taurus, and it's going to fall in its fullness in Scorpio tomorrow on May 17th, Eastern Standard Time around 7 a.m. So let's start with practicality because that's what Taurus is all about. You're going to need 3 tools to help you get to your fat loss goals, right? The first one is a digital scale. Get the exact number of how much you weigh because you're going to need that number to put into your Omron body fat detector, my best friend. You're also going to need to have that Taurus quality of patience because it's going to take about a week for this to shift. Yes? Next, you're going to need measuring tape to measure those thighs, measure those, your weight, whether they're your waist, your hips, and see where you're going with those goals, right? There's no such thing as spot reduction. If you just keep that determination, stay fixed on your desire to get this number as low as it can possibly go and still be healthy, you're going to go in the right direction, right? And I guarantee you, easy does it, slow and steady wins the race. That's the Taurus energy. You will reach your fat loss goals. Yeah? So now, let's talk about cardiovascular exercise. I am totally on board with the bodybuilders on this one because I am a ballerina. Like bodybuilders, I want my body fat percentage to be as low as possible. If you are on the night shift, wherever time you wake up, please do cardiovascular exercise. 30 to 45 minutes, 65% of your heart rate. It's going to jump your metabolism up 300%. So your metabolism is just going to be even keel, just like that through the whole day. That's that Taurus energy. Strong, stable, reliable. That's how you want your metabolism to be. Yes? Now, let's say that you get angry. Your boyfriend, just dumped you, or you got into a fight with your mom, or you lost your job, or you're just stressed out, right? Maybe you just have a lot of responsibility, you're overwhelmed, and you're just stressed, and you had enough, and you need that high intensity exercise. You need to release, you need those endorphins, yes? Go for it, but just make sure that you take care of yourself by taking in good quality food, right? So that when you burn calories, those calories are going to go from fat, not from muscle, right? Because when we burn calories, it's either going to be from muscle or from fat, right? Where do we want the calories to come off from? Of course, we want them to come off from the fat. Next, let's talk about eating habits, right? And this is where that Venus energy really comes into play because Venus is the planet that rules Taurus, yes? It's all about loving yourself, pleasure, taking care of your body, right? Also the Taurus idea of being practical and natural and quality, right? Taurus energy likes quality, natural things. Yes, so that's how you want to really think about your relationship with food. You want to have a good, healthy love affair with natural, healthy food that's really going to nurture and take care of your body. It's almost like you're loving your body through the food that you eat. Yes? That consistency comes into play if you're serious about getting to the lowest body fat percentage possible for you. 5 to 6 meals a day, every 2.5 to 3 hours. And this is where the other end of Taurus comes in, that Scorpio idea of having a lot of willpower within yourself to be able to release. Yes, that means when we're eating from 1 to 10, if 10 means we're absolutely full, we need to be at about maybe a 6, 7 at the most. We need to have the will within ourselves to release and let go. That has to do with this idea also, I think, of realizing that in essence we are spiritual beings having a physical experience, not physical beings having a spiritual experience. And this, I think, is usually where we get caught up with problems in managing our weight and our fat loss goals. Yes? So have that will within us within you to release. Yeah. Next, let's just say that you've done everything right. Yeah, you've, got this body fat, after you've, doing your cardio, you're eating all the time, you've lost it, and you're at it. You've gotten down to your goal, and for whatever reason something is missing, and slowly but surely you gain the weight, or for whatever reason you're not happy, or maybe you tried everything there is, or for whatever reason you're stuck. That's where the moon really comes into play, and astrology can really help you. Why is that? Just like your thumbprint, there's only one thumbprint that belongs to you, wherever you are, right? There's also only one astrological chart that belongs to. Let's see if I can find something. Ah, here we go. Martha Graham's chart, right? We see all that planetary geometry going on there, right? So your astrological chart is really an imprint of your own spiritual DNA, and it only belongs to you. Yes? So when it comes to discovering your relationship with food, right, in your chart, you have to look at where your moon is, what sign it's in, what kind of relationship it's making with other planets. For example, Kirstie Alley, her moon is making a turbulent, meaning it's kind of like arguing in layman's terms, with a planet called Saturn, which represents kind of like hard lessons, restriction, depression. Yes, so that means that she's going to have issues around getting her basic emotional security needs met. And if you in your chart have your moon in a turbulent relationship, whatever reason, it's arguing with another planet or it's coming head to head and battling and fighting with another planet, I guarantee you in one way or another, you're going to have issues with getting your basic emotional security needs met. And your relationship with food very well may play a part in that. So you want to look to see, you know, do the other planets like your moon, or are they fighting with each other? What is going on? Yes? Next, you have to look at who the boss of your moon in your chart is. In astrology, our planets in our horoscopes or in our astrological chart, they all have to adhere to an authority. They all have bosses, unless the planet happens to be in its own natural sign or exaltation, right? But usually 75% of the time, every planet has to answer to another planet as an authority, right? So as in real life, we all know some bosses are amazing. They give us vacation, they give us bonuses, they're very understanding, while other bosses could care less about us. Really, we don't really feel appreciated, and they just are horrible and make us feel horrible about ourselves. Yeah, so you want to know, what kind of boss does your moon have? What is your moon's boss allowing your moon to do and get away with and not do and get away with, right? And that is going to give you added insight on how to realistically manage these obstacles and give you a deeper understanding of where they're actually coming from. Lastly, the ascendant sign. That is representative of the moment in time of your exact birth, where your spiritual entity came down on this earth to incarnate into this body. So your rising sign, also is what it's called, is representative of your body type, your physical body, and also your basic behavior patterns, because we all know when it comes to fat loss, behavior patterns are very crucial, day-to-day patterns. I want to talk about Oprah Winfrey. And in terms of her rising sign, she's an excellent example. I think she's a great poster woman for fat loss, right? Her rising sign is in Sagittarius in the 29th degree. For astrologers, that is a no-brainer for problems with weight. It's like red lights flashing. Problems with weight, problems with being fat. Why is that? It's because Jupiter, the planet of good luck, expansion, growth, abundance, rules Sagittarius, right? People who have strong Jupiter in their charts, usually they can win the lottery. And what do we think about when we win the lottery? We think big, yes? So it's great when we think about big connected to money, but not so great when we think about big connected to our actual physical body. It's also in the 29th degree, meaning that it's hanging on, it's in the fullness of its own sign. There are 360 degrees in the zodiac, 12 signs, each sign has 30 degrees. Oprah's rising sign is in the last degree of the sign that's ruled by bigness, 29th degree. It means, it's almost like that feeling when you've just eaten so much you feel like you could throw up, but you can't. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and it's tough, right? So your rising sign can really give you insight on your natural body type and what is a realistic goal for who you really are, right? And what's really natural for you long term in terms of a good body fat percentage to be at for yourself. Yes, I think that's why when Oprah lost like a ton of fat, like long time ago, she just got itty bitty meaty, right? She didn't keep it off, and I think that's a big part of that is because it just wasn't really a reflection of who she is. And a lot of the time what can happen is we can get to our desired fat loss goal, but the real issue surrounded by our real emotional security needs isn't really getting answered to, right? Usually food eating, problems with food is a symptom of a deeper emotional security issue that we haven't yet taken care of, right? And that is why astrology can be so helpful, because again, there's only one thumbprint, right, that you have. There's only one astrological chart that you have, right? And then this will really help you get into the nitty-gritty of those deep emotional inner issues that only you really can know about, and only you can really change from within yourself. Yes? So I'd be happy to help you from a practical level find out what the best way is for you to reach your weight loss goals, right? Fat loss goals, right? Because this and this works for me, but it may not work for everybody. And there's so many different programs out there. That's why we have so many different people with so many different talents, right? There's a program that's going to work for everybody. And I'm sure there's a program out there that is designed just for you, your personality, your body type, your emotions, your behavioral patterns. Yes. So I can help you with that practical side, along with my experience, right? Being a Pilates instructor, having that inner strength from the core to keep you really strong. And also your astrological chart coming from the inside and really accepting and discovering the inner truth of who you really are from within, so that that can be reflected truly from without. And that's what life is all about anyway, right? We want to be able to shine our light from within, without. So email me, Joey Lorraine, at foodmakes.you, the letter U, skinny at yahoo.com. If you really are serious about getting to a realistic long-term body fat percentage that is reflective of your light from the inside. Have a great day.